Selling your home is a family affair. And the more you get these kids involved in your home sell, the better your home is going to sell for more money and in a faster time frame. Today, my kids are talking about 3 questions every seller should know when you sell your home.
What is the single most important thing you can do when preparing to sell your house?
The most important thing?
Yeah.
That's a big question, Abby. So when I go to sellers' houses, probably the single most important thing every seller can do across the board is declutter. Now that sounds like a really, really simple thing. And you think, that's all I got to do to sell my house is declutter? That's probably not all you have to do, but it's probably one, if not the most important thing to do in your house. When I walk into somebody's houses, I go to every single room. As I go through every single room, I start talking to them about how they can declutter their house. And a pretty good rule of thumb is if you get rid of 50% of your big items in the house, then you're almost perfect in your room space. And that doesn't matter if it's a living room, a bedroom, or even a game room downstairs. Reduce it by about 50% and you're spot on with that. So when you're looking at your own home and getting ready to sell, some key places everybody should look at in their home. Number one is the kitchen, right? When people go to the kitchen, I love to open up cabinet drawers and cupboards. Guess why?
See how much stuff they have.
See how much stuff they have in there. And how many cups and mugs do you think everybody has?
A lot.
Probably way more than what they need, right? So on average, I'll open up cupboards and I'll see 20 mugs in a cabinet. Well, how often do you drink hot chocolate or coffee or tea or whatever it is? Probably not that often, right? It will same for this family of maybe 3 to 5 people, and yet they still have 20 mugs in their house. They can do their dishes a little bit more and reduce an excessive amount of mugs, right? But that's true for every single drawer you open because you don't know which drawer or cupboard a buyer's going to open, right? They kind of pick at random. But if you have too much stuff stuffed into the drawer, then that's an issue that could hurt you down the line with pricing. Another good place to look at with decluttering is going to be your bedroom closet. How does your closet look, Abby? There's a lot of clothes in there, right? So one thing I recommend every single seller do is they open up their closet. They're going to do 2 things. They're not just they're going to declutter, yes, but they got to get rid of odors, right? And again, this isn't offensive to anybody in any way, but I'll walk into closets and sometimes there's a shoe smell. Sometimes there's an odor smell because the laundry's on the ground, whatever it is. That's how we live. But when we sell a home, we're trying to show off our best self, right? So take some odor spray, clean up your closet, and then reduce clothes. Now you may not be able to reduce them by 50%. Maybe you can. But what I recommend people to do is a 60-day rule. If you're not going to wear that item of clothing in the next 60 days, guess what you should do?
Get rid of it.
Now, you either get rid of it, give it to the Goodwill or Savers, or you box it up and pack it out. And the reason you do that is you're halfway ready to move to the next house. And it looks so much cleaner inside your closet, right? Another cool tip you can do when you're organizing your closet is take the time to actually make sure there's space between your hangers, right? Take the time, if you want, you can organize it by color. Every time I walk into a closet with a buyer and it's color coordinated, right? This is like above and beyond, but every time I walk in, people will be like, oh my goodness, this person is so organized. Well, is that how that person lives every day of the week when they're not selling their house? Probably not. But when you're selling your house, you want to put your best foot forward and showcase the best this house has to offer. And so that's something else you can do. Okay? So those are 3 key areas I'd recommend. Your living room, kitchen area, declutter that. Your bedrooms and your closets. Declutter all that. And then I'd go a step further to the backyard. Now, if you walk into most people's backyards, they probably have a couple furniture sets. They're going to have balls hanging around the yard. They're going to have all sorts of fun stuff hanging around the yard, right? Just clean it up. Do a good lawn care job on the yard, and then declutter and stage your furniture out there. Doing those small things will be tremendous to the final price you get in the house and how quickly it sells.
So I've been learning a lot about taking care of your lawn. Does taking care of the lawn before you sell the house, does it affect the sales price?
That's a great question, Anders. So a best way to think of it is this way. Have you ever got a birthday gift?
Yes.
Are you more excited to open something that's in a plain brown box or in something that's wrapped and beautifully with bows on it?
When it's wrapped
When
up.
it's wrapped up really nice, right? That's a little bit like when you sell a house. When you have a home, that's the first impression of the home is the yard, the landscaping. So if your landscaping looks great, people are more enticed to come inside because they know if you took care of the outside, that means you probably have taken care of the inside. That's exactly right. So it plays a big deal in getting your home more ready to sell and to sell for a better price. Did you know that On average, homes sell for 10 to 12% more when it has better landscaping in place.
Sometimes I want to paint my room a good, like fun color. Is that not a good idea before we sell?
Such a good question. Is it a good idea to paint your rooms different colors before you sell? Well, it all depends what colors. Evelyn, what color do you want to paint your room?
Hot pink.
Hot pink. I'll tell you right now, hot pink is not a good idea to paint your room color before you sell your home. If you're going to live in your home for a long time, you paint it whatever color you want. But if you're really focused on selling your house for the most money possible and in the quickest time frame, make sure you pick neutral colors. That's right, whites, beiges, grays, all those kind of colors can play a pivotal role to helping you sell your home for more money. One of the paints I always recommend people use is something called agreeable gray. You can't go wrong with agreeable gray. Whether you're using browns or blacks or other colors in your home furniture, it matches with everything. So when you paint your home, on average, what we find is sellers will lose money for each room that's painted an off color. So for example, if you have a bathroom that's painted a dark green, you can lose up to $1,700 just on that dark green bathroom. On a kitchen or living room space, if it's painted a bright orange or some bright color, guess what? Someone's gonna pay $3,000 less for that space because of the color. Now you might say, well, that's not fair. I love all these colors. Well, hey, so do I, but we're not trying to sell to you. We're trying to sell to the person that wants to buy your house, and we have to appeal to most people in the marketplace. So just remember, when you paint your home or paint the interior of your home, use colors that are subtle and that are clean and that are consistent throughout. So if you do those things and follow those guidelines, touch up, paint, and new paint is the quickest way to help you increase the value and the feeling of cleanliness in your home. Now that you know these 3 crucial tips to help you sell your home, check out this video for 7 hacks every buyer needs to know.